everybody, excited utterance here, and guess what day it is? It is Chille update from the dungeon. The dungeon. The torture cuffs. And if you saw my short or TikTok or whatever it was earlier, I think the worst has happened. Someone has finally spread his butt cheeks and looked up his ass. Oh my God. Pretty sure that's what he's been hoping would happen all along, to be honest with you. Like, he kept talking about it and talking about it and talking about it, and finally he's reported on this happening. Like, come on, man. I mean, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, isn't it? When you say something's going to happen, it eventually will happen, won't it? Oh, hey, Fred. Poor Chille DeCastro. Hello, Snibbles. Hello, Snibbles. Good to see you. Oh, Umbronze is here. Umbronze is here. And Umbronze is here for a live. Yippee. Hello. Hello. But. He is obsessed about it. Yeah, he is. What's with him? He is completely, utterly obsessed with butts and with people looking at his butt. I swear he got into jail and just took his pants down for them. Donna Barkley, you are the sweetest thing ever. You come in here and you give me super chats and you say hello and you call me sweet. Well, you're sweeter. You are sweeter. I love you. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Mwah. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. And I will let in my co-host, even though I'm pretty sure he has the hiccups. Not sure if he can handle himself right now. Hello.
But. No hiccups, just the one.
Just one hiccup? Okay.
Yeah.
You're not like Nick the other day on his stream when he was like just about to puke with hiccups. That was funny.
I do get them bad, but not today.
Oh yeah, me too. Like once they start, that's it.
Oh yeah. Then I get heartburn and
Also, I should say hello to Sweet Tooth Fairy. Hey, Sweet Tooth Fairy. How are you? Hello. How's your tooth collecting going lately? How's it going? Is Chille in here, or are my nipples hard for other reasons? Distant.
Hey, girl.
Oh, wait till you start listening to him talking. Then your nipples will get hard. Paige, how are you? Hi, Christine. How are you? Look, I haven't had any further updates about Ty today. Have you guys? I haven't heard anything more from him, so I know it's not looking very good for him right now. But there's not an awful lot more we can do, unfortunately, Christine. He has to work that out with the courts. So yeah, and I'm very sad about what's going on with Ty. Very sad. Hello, Ronnie. Hey, Ronnie. How are you? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. All right, so let's have a looky, because tell you what, Mr. DeCastro has not been quiet since he went to jail. No. So whilst I've been catching you all up on what happened to him back in Ohio, he did not go to jail quietly. No, he didn't. Hey, half Irish, you're here. Let's go. Okay, so let's get into it. If you recall, the reason that he's in jail. So let's have a quick looky at that. The reason he's in jail is this. And also this website here is hilarious. It's really, really good at showing us exactly what's going on. Hang on a second. My screen's messing up a little bit here. Okay, so on this website, you can see how long he's been in jail up in the top right-hand corner. State of Nevada versus DeCastro, 44 days and 2 hours. Appeal, 68 days and 18 hours. So that's how long it is until his appeal date. That's when he's going to be going in to see Judge ZImmerman, I believe, for his appeal date.
No, isn't it a different judge?
Oh, sorry, Judge Levitt.
Okay.
Judge Levitt is going to see him for his appeal. Judge Levitt was supposed to see him apparently on April 1st, but that might have been a joke.
That would be funny.
She vacated that date. Yeah. And he didn't find it amusing.
No, I don't know.
No. His release is 93 days and 9 hours away. I can probably just about guess that he's going to serve every minute of those 93 days and 9 hours. What was that old line? Sorry, I missed that. His appeals attorney is one of the lawyers from the Thomas Randolph trial. Ooh. As in, hang on. Oh, Thomas Randolph. The one that looks like a lady.
Yeah, the old guy that gets on his knees to show the cops and grunts and groans.
Yeah. Thomas Randolph. I remember Thomas Randolph.
Boy,
we covered him for a little bit. Yep. He doesn't do too badly for lawyers, but he goes through them. Mr. DeCastro refuses to quietly into the night. He refuses to do anything quietly. As we say, Chille has the right to remain silent, but not the ability. Okay, so these are the charges, guys. So let's have a look. He is on March 15th, 2023. Jose Maria DeCastro was charged with obstructing a police officer and resisting a public officer while broadcasting live on his Delete Laws YouTube channel. He briefly recorded himself interfering with Las Vegas Metro Police Department traffic stop. His information briefly appeared on the Clark County Inmate Lookup website based on a video posted by Mr. DeCastro a short time after the arrest, appeared on the court website, and the fact that his jail information was removed within a few hours, his time in jail was relatively short. On Tuesday, March 19th, 2024, Jose DeCastro was found guilty on both counts. He was sentenced to 90 days on each, with the sentences to run consecutively. He has appealed to the Nevada 8th Judicial District Court, and a hearing is scheduled for July 10th, 2024. Now, he somehow managed to have a hearing set for April 1st, and that was vacated. In the meantime, yes, Mr. DeCastro, there we go, filed a motion for bail and release. That's right, pending his appeal. Sorry, it wasn't an appeal hearing. It was a motion for bail and release pending his appeal. That was on April 1, 2024, and Judge ZImmerman denied the motion. So Jose DeCastro will remain in Clark County Detention Center. He really wanted to get out. He's not liking it in there, guys. He's struggling big time. Now, there are all his court appearances all lined up. These are the charges: false statement to or obstruct public officer and resisting public officer. Misdemeanor, guilty, 90 days. Now, he's been really very loud about this. At one point, he was thrown in the hole, as in solitary, for live streaming one of his jail calls. That made him very sad. But he stopped doing that because he really doesn't like being in solitary. But he continues to have his just about daily jail calls, and they are recorded and put up onto his YouTube channel. So we're going to have a bit of a listen to those today. Yeah. Hello. Oh, Sweet Tooth Fairy. I said hi before, and I was just wondering how your tooth collecting is going. And who else is here? Boop, 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 boop. Good to see you, Oline Red. Good to see you. I think I've said hi to everybody. Okay, sweet. Let's keep going, and we're going to have a look back at about mid-April, and I'm going to take you up to 10 hours ago, guys. 10 hours ago. This is how prolific he is. Hello, Babu. Hello. Alrighty, so 14th of April, Chille update. Share this tab. Let's go, guys. Are you ready for some chilliness? Get some sound going for you.
Free America. My name is Chille DeCastro. Today's April 14th, 2024. I have been incarcerated in the Clark County Detention Center unjustly and unwarranted. Even for a first-time offense, they put me in jail for 6 months. And this is my daily report. I'm going to give a little bit of information about myself and try to talk about some relevant topics for you as well. Thank you for listening. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep my voice and my attitude and my temperament up. There are some days that are good and some days that are hard. Today was one of those days that was just hard. It was just difficult. And there's a lot of reasons for that, but the first one and the foremost one is that I have not had a probiotic in a month. And there's a lot of studies going on right now that you guys can read about that your stomach is your second brain. That if you don't balance your probiotics and prebiotics, it can affect your mood for the next day. I have not had a probiotic or prebiotic in a month. So I know that colon. My brain is going to be affected in certain ways. But that's not the worst of it, to be honest with you. The food in here is just a grade above dog food or just at dog food. And I've talked to you a little bit about this, but the last few days have been really, really low quality food. And so if you guys have ever seen the movie Blazing Saddles, if you're there's an old movie that it used to be hilarious. I don't know if the new generation would find it funny. But it's pretty funny. If you're an excerpt or older, it's hilarious. And there's a scene in Blazing Saddles where they're sitting around a campfire and all these cowboys are camping out and they're all farting. Whack, 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 whack. You can just hear them cracking like ducks. Well, the past couple days, the food has been so atrocious, so low grade. Beans and hot dogs and powdered milk. It's they don't even give you real milk. It's powdered milk. So this room of 70 people, 60, 70 people, however many men are in here. Literally, I read through the night. I read constantly. I'm reading essays in Understanding Humanity, John Locke. The Letter on Tolerance by John Locke. Two Treaties of Government by John Locke. I'm reading Atlas Shrugged, and so I just read constantly now. I read constantly and I write constantly. And last night, throughout the night, because I was awake, it was just like every 4 or 5 seconds, you would just hear some dude blasting, and it's the worst. You're walking through clouds of awful, horrible smell. And what I don't understand is Nevada is one of these states that makes you work when you're in jail. You have to do labor. You have to do 8 hours of labor. I haven't experienced that yet, but I'm sure that it's coming. I don't understand why they can't get a better quality of food. The food is so low quality. The meat is always breaded or mixed with some uncooked rice or some overcooked noodles. It's not seasoned. It's just absolutely atrocious. And I just want you guys to understand. I don't know.
Blazing Saddles in here.
Emotionally, spiritually.
This is so gross.
It's been tough for me today. I've been fighting through it. I know I got to fight through it, and I know that I'm here at least till July 10th the appeal. I don't know if that judge is going to grant the appeal. Release date's August 4th. I can get some good time in June and July and probably get that in the middle of July. But I don't know. At any minute they could come in here and torture cuff me and take me to the hole and say, 60 more days before you try to get good time. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know the food is really bad, and that if you're going to change somebody, you have to at least give them probiotics and prebiotics so their brain works okay, and I have not gotten any of those things. So, sorry for just sitting here and...
I don't know. Anna Gutierrez had a good time.
But, And then the second thing that I want to talk about with you guys is please make sure that you don't end up in jail. Make sure that you plead the Fifth Amendment when you get pulled over. Use your cop card, use your trifold, or just use your own words. You don't have to have the cop card or the trifold. You just have to say, I plead the Fifth Amendment as you are filming. Don't end up in jail because you talked. Don't do it. Please don't do it. There's a guy in here who's in jail. He called the cops. Called the cops to him. You want to know why? It doesn't matter. He called the cops arrested him, and now he's in jail. You just always want to plead the Fifth Amendment, now and forever. And there's some things I got going on when I get out of here that are going to make it so much easier for you, so that even if you do go to jail, you've got someone backing you.
Nope.
It's really cool, the things that are going on. I'm sorry that it's on hold. Every day I think to myself, if I had pled the Fifth Amendment in court, if I had not talked in court, if I had just kept my mouth shut the whole time in court, you can't scream in the face of power and not think you're going to get blasted. And I did that. And I kick myself every day. Every day. There's not one day I don't shake my head and go, God, why'd you do that, man? Why'd you do that? You think you say it about me.
Yeah, we do.
You couldn't even imagine how many times a day I kick myself and go, why'd you talk? Why'd you say anything? Why'd you say anything? It's almost like there's another me standing outside of me saying, why did you talk in court? Why did you say anything to the bailiff? Why did you say anything to the judge? You should have not given any gesture. You should have said nothing. And I go through it every single day. And here's the thing. The guy at the vet next to me, he's talking to someone every day. I have no clue who it is, but he's having a full-on conversation every single day. There's 3 of them in here. 3 of them who are completely, utterly mad, beyond the comprehension of sanity. And every day they're having a conversation with someone who is not there. There's no mental health facilities in Nevada, and that's what has to happen. Change has got to happen, and it will only happen at the legislative level. So when I get out of here, I will change my verbiage ever so slightly. I will be more of a politician so that I can become a politician. And I guarantee you, we don't stop. I'm not going to stop. I know today for me, man, a friend of mine sent me a couple $100, put it on my books, broke me down into tears. It was just so overwhelming.
He cries a lot.
Cares.
Fight the system.
It's just so deep.
Oh yeah, Babu.
Because it's not the pain, it's not the hatred, it's not the people gnashing their teeth at me. Those people don't affect me, dude. What does affect me is kindness and love and compassion in your letters. I got another 6 letters yesterday in the mail from people. You have to use the P.O. box. You can't use 330 South Casino. There's a P.O. box address. You can look it up already, but that's what gets me is your letters. Another 6 letters came in yesterday. Elizabeth, I got your letter.
You're like I'm hearing the
Casey,
speech.
I got your letter. Brian, I got your letter. Not the Brian from Here's the Deal, another Brian. I got your letters. I read them. Thank you. Someone sent me a subscription to Epoch Times. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Apparently, you can send me a newspaper subscription.
Amazing.
I would love the Las Vegas and the Las Vegas Sun. Apparently, I am allowed to get a newspaper subscription that you can send to me. I can't order it myself. I'm completely limited. But, and I got the Epoch Times. I read the whole thing. Whoever sent that to me, thank you. I've never read the Epoch Times. It was the first time I read it. But there was a lot of good information in there. And I was grateful. For the people who hate me, I don't give a shit. But the people who love me, man, you really affect me. You really hit me right in the heart. You do, man. Because you're in this place, you haven't had a probiotic or a prebiotic, so your brain's all effed up. And then I get a letter that says, Chille, I know you don't know me, but I'm writing you from Nebraska, and I want to tell you that I love you and I support you. Love, Brian. That was his entire letter. That was his whole letter that I got from Brian yesterday from Nebraska. That was the entire letter. Maybe I'm confusing. Was that from Nebraska or was that from... Oh, I can't remember. My brain's not working right today. I'm kind of in a fog. I have to be really careful what I say and do in here. I'm at the mercy of these people. They can hold me. They can cuff me. They can strip search me. They can make you turn around and spread your butt cheeks anytime they want. So I have to be very careful what I say, and I have to choose my words. This is the first step of learning how to be a politician, because if I do this wrong, I go to a real dungeon where you get no razor, you gotta drink water out of a spout that barely drips out, stainless steel toilet where there's no, on the back of it is your water, on the same place where you take a dump. It's just, oof. One of my friends made a joke. If I was you, I'd just go climb the chain link fence. That's not how it works. There's not a chain link fence here. There's a triple, quadruple brick wall with 100 men with guns and tasers between you and getting out of here. So there's no. They do a count every 4 or 5 times a day. They announce it over the intercom. It's very, very strict here. Very strict. Today was worse than most days, but hopefully tomorrow the sun will come up in my heart and in my head. Maybe I'll get a letter from somebody, and I'll be like, you know what? Today's a better day than yesterday. Anyway, that's my daily report for April 14th, 2024. Please make sure you guys go by the website, get a trifold, get a cop card. Go to the website, get a trifold, get a cop card, send it to your friend. If you already have one, send it off. Oh, so I got the hoodies on sale right now. Hoodies are on sale for $50. I lowered them down. They cost me between $35 and $40, depending on if they're triple XL or the double XL. So I got them on sale for $50. Just trying to get them out. I just got to get them out of the warehouse because it's coming up on in the middle of April here. So if you live on the East Coast, Northeast, or if you live in the Midwest, upper Midwest, you're always going to need a hoodie year round. So get a hoodie from me because this is the last batch. I'm not making another batch. It's not happening. I can't go to LA and source my hoodies. And as you guys know, I don't sell anything that's not the best quality. So if you want to get a hoodie, this will be the last batch. I don't know if we'll make this batch again, this particular design again, because I'm really going to take painstaking steps to make sure that all of my stuff is trademarked and copywritten from now on forever. And ever and ever and ever. I'm gonna be like this legal of all the products we make. So this one is copywritten. This one is trademarked. This one is trademarked. But get a hoodie right now. I put them down to 50, and so yeah.
Look like Trayvon Martin.
So thank you guys.
Okay. All right. So that was on the 14th of April.
And Hella told me she's actually working with him to get him a logo and everything.
Oh, I am, yeah.
Just like she did for Zach.
Just like I did for Zach.
Gonna give him all the rights and everything, too.
All right. So that was the 14th of April. Now, this is the 16th of April.
Buddy, this is Chille DeCastro calling from the Clark County Detention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada.
I'll get you some stuff.
Who has been locked up for filming a cop in the streets.
He always starts with, I'm innocent.
I wrote something today as I have a lot of time to think.
Well, no.
So this is an excerpt of my book that'll be coming out when I get out of jail.
He's writing a book.
Guess better, see Chille. And welcome, by the way.
Insight to my thinking and why I am the way I am.
I'd love to know.
About what went wrong. How could this judge put a first-time offender in jail on an obstruction charge? And I can't believe that I have deserved being
because you called her deputy a pig.
And yes, I may have said that I hate police, and there's a lot of reasons why I have said that, and there's a lot of reasons why I do.
A judge doesn't care.
It was my right to say the things that I said. And so what this book is going to do is help give you comprehension and understanding as why I am the way I am.
Oh, really?
And so I want to put it into a perspective for you that you can understand. So let me say, for example, that you were going to get a job. Would you take a job where you take people as prisoner, where you put them in torture cuffs and take them to a cage? Who does that? An outright PIG. Now, I'm going to change my verbiage publicly because I must. But I'm not done yet building the comprehension of understanding myself for you to understand me. The goal of this book is so that you will always be able to say, I know why he called them PIGs. So I will change my verbiage. I have to. I have no choice to become electable. But because they sign up to do to us, to the public, only for themselves and completely for themselves. To me, the American cop is the most selfish, greedy person on earth, and I can prove it to you. If you had a job at a popular pizza place, and this pizza place sells pieces by the slice, and the front door that you worked at had a little turnstile, and every time someone came in, the turnstop would turn around and whack them in the hip or smack them in the back. It just didn't work. You know the 3 little bars like in the subway where you walk through it and it flips around? That thing. And so now imagine this. At the pizza joint, after the person pushes through and they get whacked, imagine you would say to them, it's not supposed to be comfortable. Could you even imagine it? Could you even, if they were to complain, whack, ow, 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 this is hurting me, how long would you keep this job? But yet you continue to hear it day after day, time after time, as people get hurt by police with the torture cuffs and saying, ow, ow, ow. And the worst part of it, the absolute worst part of it, you go into the pizza joint and they stick you in a giant high chair where it sticks you in the ribs and it hurts your back and you're saying, I can't function, this hurts. How long would you keep that job? You wouldn't. Of course, this is a parallel. We're talking about the initial attack and the torture that these people called police in America put on us. And so if you worked at that place where you served pizza and they got whacked every time, you would demand to change, or you would say that they either have to change it or you're going to quit. But what does the PIG in the street say? He says they're not supposed to be comfortable. Torture cuffs are always torture. You cannot apply torture cuffs to a human being and then slip them into a tiny slot in the back of a cage and say that you're not torturing them. When you put them on industrial hardened plastic seats, we, the just, are better than the robber. We, the just, are better than the ravisher. We, the just, are better than the child abuser, the kidnapper, or the killer.
We're just swapping over to Dali doing the video for a minute.
Yep.
Cool. Off you go.
We, the just, are better than the ravisher. We, the just, are better than the child abuser, the kidnapper, or the killer. Two wrongs don't make a right. And so, what kind of person uses a torture device, an outright mental anguish and fear, and puts it into people? They're not supposed to be comfortable. Who says that? It's a person who says we can detain and transport people another way. What kind of person would sign up to chaining people's wrists behind their back? Answer that question. Imagine it. You're applying for a new job. It only requires that you chain people's wrists behind their back. Do you want the job? But yet, if you have no skill set and will pay you $6,000 to $10,000 a month, starting off plus the $15,000 a month signing bonus, now you'll do it. If you want to see a job where you chain people up and you put them in a slot, then you fit perfect in here. Almost every time you put those torture cuffs on someone, you render them completely and utterly helpless. And you hear them say, ow, these hurt my wrist, these hurt my shoulders, this hurts my elbow. And the cop will reply, they're not supposed to be comfortable. For me, those are the worst people in our society, the worst people on earth. Let's go back to the pizza place with the turnstop. Now,
I think
people complain and you say, quit, I'm going to quit if you don't fix this. Why are you going to quit? Because
I think what Chille is trying to say here is he wants cops to have fuzzy handcuffs, like pink fuzzy handcuffs. I think that would be, he'd be okay with that.
Because it's a $12 an hour job. Your humanity is not for sale for $12 an hour. And what would you say to people who were being hurt by the turnstop or the high chair? You'd call in a fixer, a maintenance man. You'd close the turnstop and say, come around another way. What would you not do? You would say, well, if you want pizza, you're going to have to get hurt. Now, the cops say it's not supposed to be comfortable. But what if we decided to pay you $40 an hour and then told you that you're above these people, that you're better than these people? And you're not just doing a job, you're doing a service. And now we're going to give you a military ranking that you never earned.
Yeah.
See, there's a guy above you and there's a guy below you, and now you're a part of this bigger thing. You couldn't find a job with a dental plan and a vision plan. You couldn't find a job with an eye plan before. And the plan will cover every single person in your household, including your mom or your mother-in-law, as long as she lives in your house. What do you care if someone gets whacked or pushed in the backseat of a car?
Or
you don't
whacked
care.
off.
It doesn't affect you at all. You're important. You never get this kind of prestige and respect in your life. You used to drive a forklift. You used to work at Pet Boys, changing oil in a pit. used to be a truck driver.
Give a good lube job.
And even weeks. Now other men salute you. You've got tons of buddies, and the money and the benefits are unbelievable. Look at your uniform. Look how important you are. Let's be honest. You're still the dork from the 4th row in history class. You're still with a town bully or the town drunk. You still and always will be pathetic because you took a job where you torture and hurt people. You would never get to associate or hang out with the cool kids unless you are arresting them. And you've taken the bribe and the benefit and the racket. It's all about you. And then you say they're not supposed to be comfortable because you learned it from another dork who happens to be 60. And they're teaching young dorks like you to be insensitive, cruel, and inhumane for who?
Preach it.
Themselves. That guy is not a cop for you to serve his community. If any of you cops wanted to actually serve any community, there would be an outright rebellion and a mutiny about the torture custody. You cannot serve a community by serving them torture and fear every second of every single day, and then say it's in the name of your safety. Sorry, it just doesn't compute. Say it out loud. They're not supposed
It doesn't
to be
compute.
the
I'm
thing
non-binary.
that you snort. These torture cuffs are for officer safety, but you're not an officer. Officer means duty, honor, respect, civility, service. Those are the 5 words I think of off the top of my head. And when you think of the word officer, duty, the duty to treat other human beings with compassion and dignity, honor the others that you would want to be handled and how you would want to be treated. Humanity is respect. Civility is to treat people with the same civility that you'd want for yourself and for your brother. And service. Service is the needs of other people, the needs of the community. And here's what John Galt says in the book Atlas Shrugged. Man cannot survive except for by knowledge and reason. It's its only means to gain it. All thinking is a process of identification and integration. Reality, that which exists. The most depraved you can now utter is when you ask, whose reason? The answer is your reason. Your mind is your only judge of truth. Man's reason is his moral faculty. A process of constant change is the answer to the question. In the beginning, the question is this right or wrong? A rational moral process must take shape. Devotion,
like, should he be vacuuming right now?
Of morality. There is no greater, nobler, more heroic form of devotion than the act of a man who assumes the responsibility of
Hold on, I think my neighbor's vacuuming, actually. I'm going to go yell at them. I'll be right
Did
back.
you tell them about how there was a GoFundMe for the vacuum cleaner man?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Turn off your mind and to stop thinking.
Hello, God. Yeah, no, apparently there was a GoFundMe set up for the vacuum cleaner man, for the janitor, just like to cheer him up and for a new vacuum and for his, just because he was traumatized.
You see the frat bros that protected the American flag at during one of the riots on the colleges? They got a GoFundMe, and it's up to $500,000 right now, so they can throw a keg or whatever.
Hey, are we talking about the UCLA riots?
Yeah.
Right. No, I didn't know. Obviously, I've not really right across all that. I just saw it happening.
Yeah,
live on a stream yesterday. Yeah.
Really?
Okay. Let's keep going.
All critical thought has left your vessel, and it's been replaced by your selfish, self-centered looting and robbing. The people who pay your paychecks and all your benefits. You have lost yourself, and you are the robber of humanity. You will say that you are just following orders. It's the system, a system of weak, impotent men who have sold their souls to the state because you are not a man of ability and knowledge. You are not a producer. You have no product. You are the tyranny. You are the parasite that works deep within the meat of the pig. And here is why you are what you are. This comes directly from the book. That's what you call your soul or your spirit is your consciousness. And that what you call free will is the mind to think or not to think. Thinking is man's only basic virtue from which all others are processed. The act of blanking out, the willful suspension of one's conscience, the refusal to think, not blindness, the refusal to see, not ignorance.
I don't know if I can handle this.
To know. It is the act of
go to the next
your
one?
mind and infusing an inner fog to escape the responsibility.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I'm going to bring the next one up. I can't handle the scripture of Chille.
The book of Chille.
The book of Chille. Nah. All right, so
Matthew, Mark, Luke, Chille.
yeah. So 2 days ago, we're going to skip forward in time.
Because you're Australian.
Yeah, why not? So we're going to skip forward in time to hang on, let's bring this up, share this tab, and we don't. Yeah, there we are. Team DLZ, Team Delete Laws, as they're known. And look, we got all the people in the jail uniforms there in the background. I love the way they do this. It's so dramatic. All the drama. We don't do drama here, bro.
DLZ, this is Chille DeCastro calling you from the dungeon in the Clark County Detention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm an innocent man who's been convicted of a crime I did not commit. I'm a journalist who was arrested for filming a cop. This is my daily update. I just want to take a second and say thank you to everybody who's been with me along the way, supporting me. This is a rough ride. This is really hard.
Oh, it's rough.
I know it is. Thank you for standing strong with me. I got some letters here. I got one from Joe. I got one from Steve. I got one from Freedom. I got one from Bunley. I got one from Anna.
Write him.
So much. I got one from Mark. I got one from Lisa. I got one from Elizabeth. I got one from
Jensen
from Australia. I got one from Chris.
Australia.
I got
God
one
damn it, Hella! Did you write him?
Lisa, I got another letter from you.
Did you write him?
Nacho. I got one from John Locke. I appreciate it. Love that name, John Locke. I got so many. I got one from Kenneth. I got one from Bruce. I got one from Alan.
These names all
so many
sound
letters here. I
very
can't go
generic.
through all of them, but I'm trying to. I got one from Gladys. Thank you, Gladys. I got one from Ed. A couple from Ed, actually. Got one from Dan. Thank you. This is just the ones that I have in my hand here. There's so many letters that
I got one from David Helm in Michigan. Those were weird.
What's interesting though is like YouTube people tend to have YouTube names.
Yeah.
Right? They don't go by their like first real names.
Well, you
generally.
have to, I think, to write the jail.
Oh, okay. So you can't use an alias. You have to actually use
so.
your real name. Okay, that makes more sense. All right. Because, yeah, I mean, you don't dox yourself. So he's gone and doxed all these people.
Well, just their first names.
Well, just their first names.
So, I mean, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'd be mad.
Stacked in 2 different folders. I just want to say thank you to you guys for writing me. I appreciate it. It's a difficult ride for me, to be honest, and I know it's a difficult ride for you too. You know, to go from somebody who's such a strong leader to where I literally have to ask for people to help me. It's really horrible for me as a person. I know it's a role reversal for you guys as well. We stand strong. We don't stop. Remember this. I have 10 weeks left today. 10 weeks left until my appeal, which is 70 days.
Just so
71 days. So I'm calling it 10 weeks right now. 10 weeks. Next week, there'll be 9 weeks. The week after that, there'll be 8 weeks.
That's how it works.
The week after that, it'll be 7 weeks.
Yes.
We don't stop.
6.
Listen, I know this is hard. Believe me, I know it's hard. I know that you guys have donated and that everybody is just there. This is the reason why we're petitioning. Because you're allowed to petition and say, hey, this man shouldn't be in jail. He's a journalist who didn't do anything wrong. He filmed a cop. He should not be in jail for filming a cop. Obviously, there was bias against me. Obviously, I got an unfair trial. It's obvious. Everybody can see it on video. Even the merits of the trial, when I was asked to step back, I did. So this is hard. This is not going to be easy. I need you to hold on tight. I need you to stay with me and stick with me and help me get through this. Because remember, a leader is nothing without people. You can't do anything unless you have people. And so you are the weight. You are the power. You are we the people. We are united. And, I'm reading this book and I'm breaking down Spirit of Laws by Montesquieu right now.
There's 2 judges. There's Judge ZImmerman. Judge ZImmerman was the one who was at his trial. And then there's Judge Levitt. Judge Levitt was the one who was supposed to be presiding over his appeal. But neither of them seem to be terribly open to the whole idea. Like Judge Levitt vacated his bond hearing. So yeah, I don't know. They could swap it around. The judges tend to all just pop in and out of different things. So yeah, who knows? I think Chille is overestimating the effect his incarceration is having on me. Yeah, he does. He seems to be overestimating the effects that his incarceration is having on everybody except himself.
And it goes into three different kinds of government: a republican government, aristocratic government, and a despotic government. And you can really see the parallels in the despotic and the monarch governments when it aligns itself with socialism and communism. It's almost exactly the opposite of what Ayn Rand teaches in Atlas Shrugged. And you could just see the parallels. And I could see so many things that I didn't see before.
Actually, before we move on, this is the funny thing, right? He is on charges for the exact same thing. There's another trial set straight after, right? So do you remember how we watched his arraignment the day before his trial?
Yeah.
So there was an arraignment for him on the same sorts of charges, like the exact same misdemeanors. So he had done the same thing. He'd interrupted someone else's traffic stop, right? And that was in January, I think. Yeah, January. And so he had gone and had his arraignment in the same courtroom with a different judge the day before his trial, which he's found guilty for, and he's in jail for right now, right? And he is set for another trial. I think it's in August. So he could walk out of jail, go back to another trial, be found guilty, and then be put back in jail again. It could happen. Yeah, exactly the same charges. Yep.
Is time management.
You want to go out there?
When I was free and I had my own time and I was doing what I was doing, there was times I could have had time management done a little bit better. And you may be able to parallel this in your own life. There's probably things that you're putting off that you keep on saying, yeah, I'm going to get to that. Yeah, I'm going to get to that. And then you don't get to it. That's what constitutional law scholar was for me. I had this idea in my mind, but I just didn't get it done. And it's been almost 2 years that I've been saying I'm going to finish constitutional law scholar. But then every time the fork in the road came for time management, I seemed to find something else to do. And truly, now that I've got it all mapped out, I think it will be one of the best things that I've ever put forward. It will build my pride, my reason, my purpose, my self-esteem. And I'm really excited to get it done. And I can't wait to present it to you guys and show it to you and actually how it works, because I have all the pieces built before I even get out of this dungeon. So, back to you. I know this is hard for you. I know it's difficult for you. I know that there's the other side is celebrating that I'm locked in a cage. That's not who we are, though. And we are not bad people. We are good people. We are the people who are for justice, who are for truth, who are for transparency. That's why I ask you, when you petition the court to release me, do it with respect, do it with deference, do it immaculately, do it pure. And all you do is write on a piece of paper, release DeCastro. He's innocent. This is injustice. And that's your entire petition. It doesn't have to be a great big letter. And I'm not asking you to write some great big letter. You can send in 2 or 3 petitions a day. You can send as many as you'd like. You're more than welcome to petition the government for redress anytime you'd like. But remember, be above the fray. Don't be negative or hateful or spiteful. Listen, this sucks for me. Today, specifically, was really hard. You're stationed 2 feet away from another guy, and you're locked down and told what to do constantly told to shut up. Today was really hard for me. It's been an extraordinarily taxing day. I've had to put in my erasers in my ears. Use the other end of an eraser. You stick it in your ear and it blocks out most of the sound. But I had to stick my erasers in my ears a couple times today and just ignore people around me, because you're dealing with the homeless and you're dealing with the mentally ill and you're dealing with people who are recovering from drugs or just coming off drugs inside of one room, and there's 70 of us. I don't think I've been outside in a couple weeks. I haven't seen the outside. I haven't seen the sun. So while this is hard for you to listen to me from the dungeon, and it's hard for you to see me at the disadvantaged position where I have to go online and e-beg and say, help, I got to hire a lawyer, and to see me in this position, to be me right now is really hard. And you know what? If people want to celebrate that, they're welcome to do that. But I'm going to get out of here one day if I live through this, and I'm going to come out stronger and better than ever because I have more purpose now. I have more reason now. My self-esteem will be stronger and bigger and better because I will have lived through this. Remember, people get taken out of here on a stretcher every day. So I have to live through this first. I have 10 more weeks. So this is really, if you think listening to me on a video and hit the like button, everybody hit the like button.
Oh, hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button, guys.
Terry versus Ohio. I'm in here because the cop went on the stand and said he didn't feel safe because I was standing too close. That's Terry versus Ohio. So if you think listening to me on here is hard for you, imagine what I'm going through.
Imagine
it's
how hard
really hard for me. I'm really in a struggle, in a big struggle. There's 70 different personalities in this room right now. And everybody has age and weight and life story. And there's a lot of people in here who are straight up crazy, completely and utterly schizophrenic, crazy. And there's nothing I can do about it. And they're all around me. It's like, if you've never seen the scene from 12 Monkeys, put that to YouTube. 12 Monkeys, Brad Pitt, jail scene. And that's kind of what I'm living through, day in and day out. I'm eating garbage food. I'm getting softer and softer because I'm laying in the bed half the day. So, listen, I'm not trying to say that woe is me, but it is. So, if you're listening to this and you're frustrated, you're like, fudge, I want him out of there. This is wrong. All we can do is petition and redress. That's all we can do for now. We got the appeal hearing coming up on July 10th, which is just about 70 days. So that's 10 weeks, and that's how I'm going to count it down. So stick with me and count it down with me, and let's just get through this. Don't let anybody discourage you. Don't let the naysayers or the people who celebrate putting people in dungeons, don't let them get to you. Who gives a shit? We don't stop. We keep moving forward no matter what. And I'm going to give a couple people a call today who put their phone numbers in letters. Thank you so much for leaving your phone numbers. Thank you guys for the fundraiser. I really appreciate it.
I wouldn't give this dude my phone number and like a
push through
million years.
You know, remember, I'm looking for 2 short videos. Someone doxed me in the end of October, beginning of November. They put my address, my home address, and they put my office address online in 2 short videos. I'm looking for anybody who downloaded those videos. And then also someone impersonated me by putting a picture of me up on a spot fund account and then saying they were from Los Angeles and they were a 25-year constitutional law scholar. Does somebody have a screenshot of that? That's what I'm looking for, that screenshot, or who downloaded or screen recorded those.
Did you really put yourself out there?
There's another side of the coin here, and that's what we're working on right now. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing here. And we're going to get through this. It's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. So listen, hit the like button. Communicate with your friends out here. I love you guys. Thank you for your support. We don't stop.
I should send them a letter.
See you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.
Later, Gators.
Later, Gators. All right. So
in quite a while, Crocodile.
We are up to the moment from 10 hours ago, guys. We're up to it. Are you ready? Are you ready? So the most recent posting by Delete Laws, which is an op-ed to the judge. An op-ed to the judge. And I'm going to bring it up now. Hang on a minute. Yep. Give me a sec. Okay. So he's super mad at the judge, Judge ZImmerman, and he's taken it personally, as he does. And he's decided that he's going to write a book or something about her. And, oh, my lordy. So this is an op-ed to Judge ZImmerman. Petition her. It's what it's called. $10 hours ago, maybe 12 hours ago now. So, yeah. Get ready, guys. I can't put closed captions on because they haven't even loaded up yet. That's how recent it was. Yeah. Like a coloring book. Yes, Eugenie. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hello, world. My name is Chille DeCastro. I'm a journalist who's been wrongfully imprisoned at the Clark County Detention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm an innocent man who has been jailed unjustly and unrighteously. I'm a journalist. I have a voice. I have a voice that should be heard. My videos on YouTube alone are heard or watched 1 million times a day.
A million times a day?
Op-ed. Judge ZImmerman, this message is to you. Release me from this jail, please. I've taken responsibility publicly and agreed with my family, friends, and colleagues that my behavior in court was inappropriate. I fully believe, teach, and lecture about the rule of law being fundamental to our society. It is for this reason I say to Judge ZImmerman now, release me from this jail, please. The nature of government and the principle of government are different. The nature of law is how it is consisted, the structure of it, of objective law. The principle of law is how government acts, how it behaves. It is the human passion that sets government into motion. This understanding of nature versus principle comes directly from Montesquieu's book, The Spirit of Laws. Well then, Judge ZImmerman's principles are inconsistent and out of bounds. Why and how can I state this so emphatically clear? We have scraped the data and analyzed the last 2,000 cases of Judge ZImmerman. We have identified a dozen cases that went back to a bench trial. A bench trial means that Judge ZImmerman is the judge, jury, and executioner. And so far, we have 3 exact cases that are the same as my charges, the same NRS codes. In the past year, this judge has given these 3 defendants impulse training classes, and then the misdemeanor would fall off their record. The data will show her consistency and that she broke her principles, putting me in jail. Judge ZImmerman, release me from this jail at once, please. Why would the judge show obvious bias and give me such an unfair and harsh sentence?
Because you called her bailiff a pig.
First, because Zimmerman is not her maiden name. Zimmerman is the name of the Las Vegas Metro Police Lieutenant she married over 2 decades ago. Even after he divorced her, she kept the last name, meaning Judge Zimmerman loves cops, and I do not. She formed her bias and hatred for me before the sham trial even began. Second, what can you do about it?
Because you called her bailiff a pig.
Petition the court to release me now. I know for a fact that thousands of you, good and patriotic Americans, have called, emailed, and sent your petition to the court in the form of a letter, asking and demanding that I am released from this dungeon. Thank you, but we have not done enough. We, you and me, have a First Amendment right to petition our government and its officials when they have lost their virtue and broken their principles. We have not petitioned them enough. It is our only recourse to redress a clear and biased judge who's gone out of her reason and purpose to jail a nonviolent journalist. Zimmerman has behaved like a monarch or a queen in a despotic government, like a rogue judge in an aristocratic government. We have a republic government that is supposed to be navigated by law, not by personal bias, by a judge who was the wife of a cop. Instead of acting as a custodian of justice, she has behaved like an
love police?
Petition her and demand that she release me from this dungeon immediately, swiftly, and please. Petition the court in the tens of thousands because it is the only recourse that we, the people, have.
Okay, hang on. What do you think's going to happen? Do you think she's going to listen to this and be like, okay?
I was wrong.
Release
he
him.
makes a good point. I was mistaken. Get those
Yeah.
torture cuffs off him.
Torture cuffs off. Release him from the dungeon now. I realize the error of my ways, O Chille DeCastro, constitutional law scholar, sir. I was so wrong. I have done you an injustice, sir. Please forgive me and all who follow thee. I was wrong.
Judge Zimmerman, the only way you will be able to restore the word honor to your name is by releasing me now. I have owned my errors, Judge, but have you owned yours? I don't think that you followed the rule of law on that day in court. You lost integrity. I do not believe that you have the right to search me illegally. I believe that you violated my constitutional rights, as did the bailiff under your directives when he snatched the phones out of my hand. The bar complaint I'll be filing, well, it may eventually determine that. It depends. However, my 2 petitions will most certainly be filed. I had 6 full-time employees and now only 3.
What?
Because
Hang on. Wait up.
What?
What? You have 6 full-time employees? What? How? Just how? I thought he was poor. How does he get 6 full-time employees? When did that happen?
Maybe they're women he kidnaps off the street. I don't know.
But no. He reckons he has 6 full-time employees. I knew it, right? I had a feeling he had money. Yeah, because he was saying now this was a year and a half ago, but he had a ton of subscribers back then too, right? So he said, I'm poor, I was sleeping in my car, and he needed all these donations and things, right? Now he's a big time grifter. I saw that he was making out like he was really poor. He couldn't afford anything. He was telling people to bring their own printers and bring their own like ink and all that kind of stuff. He couldn't afford anything. Now, since then, he's selling all this merch. His channel is doing very, very well. And he may be right. He may be getting 1 million views a day. I don't know. I could go and have a look. But his channel's doing extremely well, right? So when you have over 500,000 subscribers and you have a lot of views, you can make a lot of money. And merchandise you can make a lot of money out of merchandise. So I tend to think that it's possible that he could be doing quite well and could actually have 5 or 6 full-time employees. So interesting that that now he seems to be doing quite well for himself. And those lawyers that he's hired, like you say, Old Line Red, that there was a lawyer that was from the Thomas Randolph case, I would think his fees would be quite high.
True. 6
full-time employees. Transition. I have 6 followers that do free stuff for me. Maybe J-Rock. Maybe he's just been noting himself. But I'd be curious to see what the stats are really on that YouTube page. Interesting. Social Blade says 19 million views over the last 30 days. What? Really? Huh. That's interesting. That translates to dollars. That's dollars. Wow. Oh yeah, someone's been doing the posting. Absolutely. There's a few people who are doing his posting for him. And with 19 million views, you can afford to have people doing the posting for you. Don't even don't underestimate for a second how much money's involved in that. 19 million views is a lot. That's a lot. He'd have a personal rep from YouTube. We were talking about personal reps the other day. Once you get over a certain amount, YouTube cares about you. Wow. Yeah, there's a certain YouTuber who we were looking at recently, and like there's a page that reports on how much money these YouTubers make. And there was a certain YouTuber they did a review on, and this was a year or two ago, that they only had about 500 subs only. And this person was making like $400 an hour just from YouTube ads, not merch or anything like that. That was with 500K subscribers. And I don't even know how many views. I don't think that many views. Wow.
Yeah.
The estimates on Social Blade are 5K per month, 70K per month. But that's, I know EDB has a personal YouTube rep. She's very open about it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They only give you a personal YouTube rep if you are making serious coin. There you go. So, like, and I don't have any problem with anyone making a lot of money out of YouTube or anything if it's legal and you've built your own way up to it. Like, good. Good for you. If it's legal and it's moral, if you're not doing anyone any harm, good. Congratulations to you. Well done. Yeah. The jury's out on this guy, but cool.
Not give me 3 days to get my business orders and affairs in order. She simply threw me in jail directly from court. Perhaps it is because you, Judge Zimmerman, need impulse training classes. This is not an apology. I said I'm sorry for hurling slurs in court and calling the bailiff a pig, even if he was behaving like one. The courtroom is supposed to be a place where the insult cease, and using objective, defined law, an impartial judge and jury, using rationale, integrity, reason, attempt to find and administer justice. I have received none of that.
It's
Instead,
absolutely possible, Aramar.
Petition her and petition this court. Send in your petition via U.S. Postal Service. Do not be rude, crass, or threatening. Hold on to your virtue and your self-respect that Judge Zimmerman lost when she put a nonviolent journalist, a champion of our civil liberties, in jail. Do not call names, no. Go above and beyond. Be immaculate with your verbiage. Be the change you want to see on the paper you write upon. I do not wish Judge Zimmerman fear or harm. No, I do not. I want her to live every breath of her life where she sees the public has turned against her. I want her to witness the side-eye sneer in every grocery store clerk, in every market, in every chance encounter, whether it be the dog groomer or the car wash.
What?
She will be the face of injustice, the living embodiment of tyranny. Judge Zimmerman at sentencing said to me
Wait. So you want to harass Judge Zimmerman? Is that what he just said?
Yeah.
He wants people to follow her around at the grocery store, at the car wash, at the dog wash, car wash, did he say? Whatever. Hang on. Is that what he just said?
Go
He
back.
said he wants people to follow her around.
Go back a few seconds.
Yeah.
Chance every breath of her life where she sees the public has turned against her. I want her to witness the side-eye sneer in every grocery store clerk, in every market, in every chance encounter, whether it be the dog groomer or the car wash. She will be the face of injustice, the living embodiment of tyranny. Judge Zimmerman at sentencing said to me that I hate cops. I thought it was my right to hate cops if I want to. If this is true or not, she said it and then jailed me. Why would I despise the cop? Because thinking is man's only basic virtue. To live, a man must hold
Yep. Dog wash and car groomer. Car groomer, dog wash, car, whatever, cars, dogs, put them all under the same washing thing, whatever. If she's out there, go and give her side eye.
Yeah.
She needs to experience the side eye because she's the face of tyranny, apparently. Yeah. Right, half Irish, he is toast now. What good does he think this is going to do? Chille, this is not helping bombastic side eyes. Bombastic. I can't even do the side eye I need to do. That's a pretty good side eye, Sweet Tooth Fairy. That's awesome. Nice job.
Supreme. Reason, purpose, and self-esteem. We no longer need to chain people's ribs behind their backs with the use of cameras and tracking devices available today. Technology can now end the chaining of people, incapacitating human beings with chains around their wrists behind their backs. Now, today, this could happen immediately. These men and women have been bought to turn off their brain, to repeat inhumane rhetoric like they're not supposed to be comfortable as they put torture cuffs on people, as they are paid too much money. The money they earn should only be based on their knowledge and their ability. If these people can't see that they are greedy little pigs, then test the job market. Put your resume out. You are not a $100,000 a year man. Put your resume out on the job market and find out what you get. The job market will show you your true value. Knowledge plus ability equals product or value of your labor. Your so-called knowledge is the policy given to you, and you have the ability to turn off your brain and morality to chain and cage humans and That's why you're giving health, vision, and dental plans, not because you have virtuously created your value. You, the cop, who I have called a pig, are willing to chain and cage humans. It's so sick and twisted. It's so immoral and wrong. But you do it for you and yourself alone. All of man's endeavors are primarily for self, and we know this is true. Judge ZImmerman jailed me for herself, to justify hating me for what I do. Point out the injustice and despotic government, for her to justify her love of the cop. How many cops does Judge ZImmerman work with week in and week out? How many cops from her wedding over 2 decades ago is she still in a chummy relationship with decades later? Judge ZImmerman, how many hours of my videos did you watch before you met me in court? How many hours of my videos have
Oh
you
my
watched?
God, how much does he think of himself? Really? How many hours of my videos did you watch, Judge ZImmerman, before you sentenced me in court? Is that what he just said? Hang on, let's just watch that back.
Court justify her love of the cop. How many cops does Judge ZImmerman work with week in and week out? How many cops from her wedding over 2 decades ago is she still in a chummy relationship with decades later? Judge ZImmerman, how many hours of my videos did you watch before you met me in court?
Before you met me in court. How many hours of my videos did you watch before you met me in court?
Have you watched since court ended? And
how many videos have you watched since court ended?
Wow.
My appeal bond hearing, Judge ZImmerman said that my attitude has not changed. What does my attitude have to do with objective law? Do you think that jailing me will force me to endorse a system of torture, cuffs, and death? I am chained by my wrists and ankles when I'm taken to court. You think my attitude is a problem? Open your eyes. Change are from the slave era. We are now in a digital era. Why don't we move the bailiff station between the judge and the defendant? Oh, wow. Yeah, change the layout. Think about how easy it would be. Instead of torture cuffing people, put a V-neck frame over their shoulders, much like football pads, with a camera on the front of the chest and a camera on the back of the chest. Can you imagine that? Actually not putting people in torture cuffs and adding a tracking device? Chaining anybody except the criminally insane is inhumane and barbaric. Technology will eventually change everything, but not with these despotic people in our government. I say now, petition her. Petition the court. Release me now. 100,000 petitions. Send in your patriotic, respectful, detailed petition
right
to
on
Judge
line.
ZImmerman. On the fold where you seal the envelope, write the words, "Release DeCastro in the name of justice." 100,000 petitions is our goal. Judge ZImmerman, the only way to restore any honor to your name is to release me now with time served. It's a fact that I will sue you. If you do not have me killed in here, then when I leave this jail, I will in fact sue you. I do not deserve to be here. Judge ZImmerman was wrong. She showed her bias and violated my civil rights. I will take every legal step possible to rectify this injustice. However, I will not do anything illegal, and I'm not asking you in any way, shape, or form to step out of bounds. What we will not do is give them what they want. They want to brand us bad. They want to brand us outcast, fringe, and lawless. Be beyond reproach.
You're making my nipples chilly.
Write nicely and print it out. Explain clear this cop-loving judge bias and her indefensible sentencing. Her own cases show the data that she does not put people in jail for this, and she did it to me because of her bias. We'll post both in the Las Vegas Review and the Sun when all the data scraping is completed and her cases are compiled. She broke her principles and she lost her virtue. Write it out, write it nicely, write it clear, write it clean. Just write it, put it in the mail,
It's
and
Chili's.
send it.
I wish it was
I have been
on.
warned by
I
the
wish
Las
we could
Vegas
take
police
credit
that
for
this
this.
jail can take
I
away
was a
my
little
phone
disappointed
privileges
he
and make
put
my
his own
time
music
here
in. I
very
wanted my
hard.
own.
To my jailers, I say to you this: I've been quiet, respectful, and shown deference.
Enjoy my
To all
brown
jail
starfish.
staff, my calling for this tyrannical judge to be petitioned is my right, and it is our right. It is your right
Here's
that I am
the glass
standing on
wall.
now. I do not agree with locking me in a cell for 23 hours a day.
Well, yeah,
I do not
nobody.
consider
Oh, you don't
does.
agree?
No
Really?
prisoner agrees with that, sir. Wow.
Look, occasionally they do if they really, really don't want to see any other prisoners. But look, I don't think Chille agrees with anything that's going on in there. But that's fine. Like, I mean, there's one advantage to being locked in the solitary. no farting.
That is true.
Yeah, because there was the problem with the Blazing Saddles
Yeah.
earlier that he
Chille
did
doesn't like it.
discuss.
Chille doesn't like it when his fellow inmates queef on him.
No, and there was the problem with the hot dogs and the beans, the breaded meat, and the night that everyone was farting very loudly and very stinkily over and over every 5 seconds.
That
Lots
should
of
be his
men.
only meal.
Yeah.
Just to punish
Yeah.
Chille. That should be all they
Yeah.
feed him. Beans.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was his worst night, I think, apart from all the nights that his buttocks got touched. But yep, the stinky night, and he had no probiotic either.
No.
So being in solitary might have its advantages.
You're away from
Just saying.
Fair or justice. Upon leaving this jail, should I live through this, I will file a petition against
Should
the
I
Clark
live
County
through it?
Detention
He
Center
keeps
for clearly
saying that.
cheating
What does he
me
think's
in
going to
violating
happen to
my
him?
civil rights.
Dude, you
Nowhere
don't
in
have
the Clark County
information on
Detention Center
Boeing
handbook
or
does it
Hillary
read the words,
Clinton.
"No
You'll be
life
fine.
threatened." Once again, technology has passed up the dated government policy. However, I asked this question to my
Australian
jailers.
didn't get that
Do you
joke.
want to live in a country with no free speech, no right to petition, assemble, religion, or to be the press? It is for the rule of law that I stand here today before you. It is my right to call for petition, non-violently protest, to non-violently assemble. To my loyal people and supporters, you should hear from me always within 48 hours. Always. Please, unless you do not hear from me, let the jailers be.
And I have some information that Boeing is really being unsafe.
Strip searched me and demoralized me by looking at my backside. Outside of that, each individual guard has treated me fairly and within their policies. I would like to thank them for doing that. I'd like my people to focus on petitioning the court for my release.
I have information leading
judge,
to the arrest of Hillary Clinton.
Who will be hearing my case on July 10th. The judges must be treated with respect and deference.
Except
Judges
Zimmerman,
must
she's
be
a
petitioned
C.
and told that this is wrong. I should be released immediately when time served. We will fight the appeal process all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court if we must.
Oh, yeah, they're going to take that up in a heartbeat.
Judge Zimmerman, I'm keeping my word and speaking and behaving with deference to the court. Own your error. This is injustice. Release me now, please.
Or Clarence Thomas is going to go rogue on your ass.
Please.
Chille DeCastro, and this is my daily report. Catch you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.
Later, Gators.
In 90 days, crocodile.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know. All right, so that's the most recent update. Obviously, I've missed out tons of other updates in between. I wish I had done more of these. I'm going to do more. And every now and again, just in the middle of a stream, I might just go, you know what? Let's just listen to 10 minutes more. 10 minutes of Chille being an idiot. But what I just wanted to show you, if I just go back to here, is what...
Oh, that's a good picture. He's a cutie patootie.
Who is?
On the screen. Juicy. He's smiling in his little mugshot.
Oh. What's this? Yes, USC have been waiting for a case like yours, Chille. Chille breaks. All right. So there's this Las Vegas Township Justice Court criminal. Okay. So DeCastro versus Las Vegas PD et al. So that's this one. But okay, so that's
look at that handsome mug.
One. Wait, I want to show you the other one.
Oh.
This one. Okay. So this is the one that we looked at that went for arraignment the day before the trial of that put him in jail for this, right?
In torture cuffs.
In torture cuffs, yeah. So March 18th, 2024. Yeah, cool. So yeah, March 18th, and it was March 19th, I believe. Yeah, March 19th, when the trial happened. So it's the same set of charges, right? So if we have a look.
Identical.
Yeah, they're identical. So let's have a look at the criminal charges. All right. So on March 4th, 2024, after bail on the original case was denied by Justice of the Peace Ann Zimmerman, a motion for bail hearing was filed on the appeal docket. Blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Harass, a course of conduct, misdemeanor. Telephone misuse, repeat calls, misdemeanor. I don't know what that is. Hang on, read more.
Telephone.
Hang on. Is that the same thing? Doesn't look like the same thing. He did the same thing. He interrupted someone's police
Traffic.
stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he recorded it, which is not a crime.
No.
But then he also, what's this? Electcom harass.
Electronic communications harassment. I'm guessing.
Yeah. So the main thing was the
harassing the popo.
Yeah, harassing the popo. Criminal charges. Let's go have a look. This is not as easy to get through as I thought. Read more. He was too close to the officer for officer safety. What site is this distant? Oh, this site's amazing. This is the publicdocuments.com, and Jose Maria Chille DeCastro. It's not all about him, but he's like the main person that they cover. And it has a lot of
it's amazing
cases that are like sovereign citizens and stuff like that.
Yeah, we were discussing before stream like how well done this site is.
This site's very good.
It's so informative, but it's also funny. Like they have a little free, like when Chille gets out countdown.
Yeah, Chille countdown, top right hand corner.
His success rates in court, they're about like 12%.
Yeah. And also it links out to all the videos as well. Yeah.
It's like a godsend for us covering this.
It is. He has a case in Maryland too. Yeah.
Oh, he's got them all over.
Oh, you can see all of his cases. So, but yeah, actually, I thought they were exactly the same list, but they're slightly different. Harass, a course of conduct, misdemeanor. Anyway, so hang on, I go pending. Yeah, Michelle Levitt, District Court Judge, 8th Judicial Court, pending criminal charges, defendant. March 4th, after bail in the original case was denied by Justice of the Peace Judge ZImmerman, a motion for bail hearing was filed in the appeal docket. This hearing is now scheduled for April 10th, 2024. Okay, so that motion was denied. You will not be allowed out on bail. That's an appeal for that one. And then DeCastro versus McKnight, that is civil, obviously. Look at them all. Goodness me. Yeah. So he is due for, I believe it's a trial, like another bench trial, just after or around the time he's due to get out. And that's with Judge Levitt, I believe. So not Judge ZImmerman, Judge Levitt. And what is sort of discussed is that whether or not it's going to happen, and then he may end up back in jail around the same time he's supposed to get out. And I remember him saying in his arraignment to the judge, because he was he represented himself for the arraignment. He spoke to the judge directly for the arraignment, and when he did, he said that he's facing court tomorrow on the same charges, like for the same in this court tomorrow, judge. And I remember him like being all very
he's like flirting with the judge.
A nice person. I quite like you, like that, to the judge. Yeah, he was trying to be all sweet, but yeah, she didn't really buy it. Anyway, so we'll see what comes of that.
And this is the records, DeCastro scorecard of the cases. He's won 13% of his cases: lawsuits, criminal cases, traffic, and PPOs, personal protective orders. Lost 87% overall. The only ones he's kind of good at winning is PPOs. But
what's a PPO? Sorry,
personal protective
order.
Of
course. Yeah.
Yeah. So He's won 11% of his criminal cases, lost 8.
It's hard to win a criminal case.
Fair, but also lawsuit case. I mean, his record is not very good.
No. Well, he doesn't help himself very much, does he? No. I mean, and like, I think he probably thinks that the judge is like
Biased.
monitoring his phone calls because she's a bit of a fan. But really,
it's part of their pretrial research, or not pretrial, sorry, but like before a hearing, they research stuff.
Yes. And like, that's why phone calls are monitored. And
really, look at how bad Hannah Gutierrez Reed screwed herself in those jailhouse phone calls.
Yes. So, I mean, and it's not like he's making any secret of it. It's all going out on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, he's not helping himself at all. A lot of the time, criminal attorneys are just able to get a softer landing for their clients. Yes. Well, it'd be very difficult though, because he's saying things like, "I would like people to go and follow her and give her the side eye." When the judge, give her the side eye whenever she is going to get her dog washed or go to the grocery store, is not going to really work in his favor, I don't think. Anyway, I am about to head over. I am going to be on Mr. Steve Gosney's stream in a few minutes. And we'll be hanging out, I believe, with Steph, the Alter Nerd, who I've never met before. I've never met her. And Lady Law, I think. So he's just having a little get together with a few people. So I think those are the other 2 guests. And my good self. So it's a bit of a late...
Sean will be there.
Oh, Sean's coming, is he?
I think so.
Sweet. Okay. So yeah, that will be in a few minutes' time. I am going to let you end the stream.
Me?
Are you excited? Yeah, you.
Wait, I have to talk for a few minutes?
Yeah, so I'm going to leave. And yeah, how exciting, right? And you get to end the stream because we're redirecting over to Steve. I know, right? Yeah. Our torture costs part of the subscription premium. Indeed.
Okay.
Don't shut it up. Sure, don't shut up. Yes, birds. Steph's great. Cool. I'm looking forward to meeting her. But yeah, I'll be over there in just a minute, but I have to go and get refreshment. So you are in charge. Don't mess it. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here. And I'll be running a Coburger stream probably tomorrow. There was a hearing today. So I'm going to go through it and I'll put a stream up later on today. So just look out for that, guys. But I'll see you over on Gosney's.
3 minutes.
You'll end it in 3 minutes. Fantastic. Yeah, okay. Bye-bye.
Toodles. I'm going to kick her. I kicked her from the studio. I'm the captain now. It's my stream. What is up, chat? What is up? I have no idea what I'm doing. She didn't tell me she was going to leave me hanging for like 4 minutes. So I'm just, yes. We can talk man talk. So now I have to BS for 4 minutes on the spot. That's okay. Let's see. What am I doing? I've been working on my it could be a dick and do that, but no. Yeah, I'll bring a Mark Jensen's folder. Oh God. No, I've been working on my Hannah Gutierrez text messages that I got. It's really fascinating because it's text messages that happened before the shooting, like right after the shooting, or like a month after the shooting. So I'm getting that prepared, almost done setting it up. I'm going through trying to match up the people she texted. But I've got a lot of in-depth information that wasn't really brought up in the trial. like Hannah cussing out people. It's pretty interesting. So we'll see. J-Rock. I don't think she wants anyone to say publicly, but just because it could dox her. I don't know what she said about that before. Oh yeah, there was a hearing on Koberger, and looked like it got a little spicy. Are you talking about Hannah? They did. It's really like she got some people that like kind of took her under, that were like really trying to look out for her, and it was kind of funny how much effort they put into it. There's also the guy that was Lee Harvey Oswald, actually. Kidding. It's like really in-depth text from this one guy at the hotel she was staying at that was simping over her, and then she kind of just stops talking to him afterwards. And then the prop master that Hannah was working with hates Hannah's guts now, but they were BFFs during the shooting of the movie. There's of course, talk about how they're going to girl boss it up in here and kill it, which, a little awkward. Anywho, I am going to end now. We're going to redirect over to the Gosney, where Hella will be with some interesting people. And I am going to go to bed. It's 5 p.m. here. It's my bedtime. So it's been fun, guys. I will see y'all later. Toodles.